So I think it goes that one and then...
Oh my god, guys!
I'm waiting for you to start.
I have started. Jesus. I was waiting for my countdown. Okay, welcome
5,
to
4, 3, 2, 1.
intro. And we're back. Let's play Dungeons and Dragons.
You sound so
Yeah.
dragons. He's mad at us because we just spent a whole episode making a plan. After
Hey, his plan was stupid.
Like
Nobody knew what was going on.
After an NPC made a plan and we just went, no.
Look, I mean, it's not my job to make plans anyway, really.
Not my job.
Exactly, yeah.
So we made us planning then.
Anyway,
Can't have it.
Anyway, shall we do a
Anyway.
prison break, guys?
No, scared. My dice are not happy today.
you guys flag down horse and carriage, make your way over. You see the dome of St. Paul's Cathedral coming into view.
Sorry, one time me and Maijai were in London and I was like, there's St. Paul's Cathedral. And Maijai just looked at me and went, what the is St. Paul's Cathedral?
I didn't do that.
I did do that.
Wow.
Anyway, sorry, it's funny.
Make a perception check.
All of us.
No.
Oh no. That's cocked, so I am re-rolling it. That's a
You shouldn't have.
I shouldn't have. Yeah, that's a 5.
Cool. It's fine.
That's never fine.
Viscount.
Guess I don't see him. Yeah, great, good for me.
The Vicusting coward Suckingham.
Or as I like to call him, the Anyway, sorry, I'm being really annoying. No, you're not. Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you.
You pull up the carriage to the Black Dog Inn, which is a block away from Newgate Prison. You can, if you listen closely, you can hear the shouts and the smells and the banging of things coming out of the prison. At the front big gates there's a couple of guards armed with swords and cudgels. People are milling back and forth, just going about their business outside. The building itself is, the front facade is 4 stories high. You can see a sort of tower further to the back with a few more floors on there with just like little small windows at each one. Well, I suppose we should just do this.
Well then, let us proceed.
Do we all have false names? Like they're just our OG ones. Yeah, Hannah Mills.
Sure.
Esther Mills.
And you are?
Well, I'm Jonathan Whitmore. I simply am who I am, and I will be.
Speaking to Albert, obviously.
Oh, you want to speak to me?
Yes. What is your false name so we know how to refer to you in front of everybody?
Oh, I will be. Well, I suppose it depends who we run into, I suppose. But I'll probably be Reginald.
Cutler.
So it was going to be Stanhope, but I think I already burned that one. Yes. So about that. I did use your butler's name once. Yes, I will be Richard Fredericton.
Isn't this man a professional spy?
Yes.
I've made sure that Rosalind's had the hat the whole time.
Yep.
I guess I have it like in a bag.
I've got a good name for you, brother. Bond. James Bond.
We'll edit that out.
That's probably copyrighted.
Oh yeah, true.
Very well.
Yeah, so we get out, and I would know the procedure for getting in, so I would.
Ladies,
Here to visit a prisoner.
right you are. Go through to the office.
And have you got baskets of cloth and fruit?
And
Yeah,
bread and
we
shit.
grab that stuff off
Yeah.
Jonathan.
Out of the carriage.
Sure. Yeah. As one of the guards takes out an apple out of the basket you're going past.
Very well.
No, not to start a fight over that.
This is why Talia didn't go with you guys.
Yeah.
Guards aren't paid. They don't
Yeah.
have wages.
Wow.
That's why they were so willing to accept bribes.
Wow.
Oh,
Were they like volunteers?
Basically, yeah. Well, you are going to volunteer if you can just like get loads of money. I think. I don't know. I'm finishing
fair
my
enough.
reading. There's proper books about it, but only. Anyway, yeah. So he takes an apple, ushers you through. Okay. There's so as you get in, there's a small, greasy-looking man on the front desk. He's got sort of almost wet, greasy hair stuck down to his head. It's a warm day.
There's still not been any rain.
There hasn't been. Good afternoon, girls. Ladies, whatever.
We're here to visit some of the prisoners and distribute gifts to them.
Right. Name?
Mrs. Daniel Calvert.
The prisoner's name?
Miss Maestra Elisabetta Marsilio.
Right, yeah. Name?
Mrs. Daniel Calvert.
Name?
Miss Esther Mills.
What goods are you bringing in?
Just some fruit and some simple clothing.
Another guy comes over, takes the stuff, starts going, puts it on the table, sort of basically just tips it all out, starts shoving through. So he's going for that. Right. Yeah. Cool. It's quite a lot of food you're bringing in.
Well, when we have finished visiting the Maestra, we shall give some goods out to some of the other poor souls imprisoned there.
Right, right. How much does that weigh? And the other guy's like, oh, I don't know, weighs like 3 guineas to me.
Very well.
Think.
Sort of drop them into the hand so I'm not touching his hand.
Well, that's okay, because he touches you with the other.
No, he does not. My hand is too high up for him to do so. No. Also, I'm wearing gloves, so he is not. There is no skin to skin
Your
contact.
monk deck says no.
I have deflect missiles. Nope.
I haven't found anything funny.
I'm not.
Well, of course not.
Good. Well, in you go then.
This way.
So you are led through. Guard opens a gated, locked gate. Locked gate. You can head down, a few different corridors. You can hear the sounds of sort of kitchens banging. You can hear cleaning and cooking and all that sort of stuff. You can hear the sounds and the smells of all the various different people just shouting. You can hear in the distance what sounds like school children reciting something. And on the other side, you can hear the sounds of just rambling, like some sort of mad woman. There's a madman. There's another woman like just sort of screaming kind of incoherently, not at the top of her voice, but it's a kind of wailing. It's a sort of hysteric kind of sound. Don't look at me like that. Anyway, look, hysteria was a common thing back then. Guys get it. And you make your way to... Are you going to go to her cell first or the common area, bearing in mind it's the middle of the day?
It's the middle of the day, so I reckon going to the common area.
So you head over to the north wing, I think, which is where all the people hang out that are being transported. It's a mixed wards. There's men, women, children. Everybody is just sort of there, and they're just sort of... You head out into this sort of open air area, and it's just, yeah, it's a mix between sort of gravel and flagstone, and people are just sitting around. There were a couple of sort of younger kids just sort of playing around. There's a woman in the corner sort of nursing a child. Everyone is sort of mostly in these sort of small groups. Sort of. If you make a perception check.
9.
11.
Yeah, add 3.
Yeah, we do maths here.
Yeah. Come on, so you.
Can't do mental maths. Jesus.
All maths is mental. So yeah, it looks like the groups are sort of split up into sort of, you know, various like cliques. But yeah, you don't spot Elisabetta anywhere.
Well then, I think perhaps her cell would be the next place to go.
Alright.
If we head to her cell?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, as there's a lot of freedom in this prison. It's not like a modern prison. The cells don't. I don't think they even have locks on the doors. If they even have doors, like that's just the place where you go to sleep and you spend the rest of the day in the open air. So yeah, you head up various stairs along various corridors, and bump into various ne'er-do-wells who sort of say a few things to you here and there. One guy is sort of just like leaning out of his cell and is like, "Alright, girls,
Just continue past, do not.
I've got money." You're right, I don't. But I've got a big cock.
I'm sorry you don't.
I was waiting for it.
Oh my god.
And then you're up some more stairs, and that guy, he doesn't follow you, weirdly. You get up to the cell that you know was hers. And yeah, some of her stuff is there. There's a sort of coat. You can see there's some knitting that she's been working on that you recognise was hers because she was working on it last time. That's sort of sitting there beside the thing, but no sign of her.
Anywhere else?
Perhaps we should go to where we heard those children reciting. She did pay attention to the orphanages, so perhaps she would be helping the children with their lessons.
Good idea.
And how long are you leaving it before you head in?
Like half an hour.
Cool.
20 minutes, half an hour?
Yeah, I think around that.
Okay, yeah, you head back downstairs then. You head down to the south wing, following the sounds of these, children. As you get closer, you can hear it's definitely children. They're just sort of reciting the alphabet and times tables and stuff. I feel like you wouldn't be combining those, but whatever. You get the idea. It's kids in a classroom type thing. And as you sort of, you follow the sounds and you get to this room that has a whole bunch of sort of children of various ages and a bunch of presumably their mothers who are with them, sort of either sort of off to the side or sitting with them on their laps. It's all very sort of haphazardly put together. And at the front of the classroom is Elisabetta sort of running through the alphabet. She's teaching these kids how to read. And she notices you come in. Oh, Marianne.
Elisabetta.
As I've been busying myself,
Yes.
I got caught up in a little bit of teaching. Somebody asked if I could help out with me. Knew I had a certain number of skills.
Good to see you getting to use your strengths in some way at least.
It's keeping me busy, keeping me focused,
Yes. Well,
keeping my thoughts off things. Oh, please, children, continue. I will be back with you all in a moment. And you all step out into the corridor for a little bit. Has there been any progress made?
Yes, I believe we have made some progress, and soon we should be able to have it so that you are permitted to venture away. I obviously won't whisper because I won't be able to hear, but she is very much speaking in a low voice, making sure no one else can overhear.
Oh, that's really good news. I knew I could depend on you.
Yes. I endeavoured to do my best and brought in some people who I believe are trustworthy to assist.
Good, good. You've always been my brightest pupil. When do you think they'll be able to arrange my release? You've proved my innocence?
I don't know if that will... It will depend on things. We hope things shall be soon. We believe there is a ship leaving to take the transported away soon.
I may well be on it. They often will just choose at the last moment. I know a number of the mothers and children from my class are leaving in the morning. Could well be that I am among them.
We shall do our best to avoid that occurring.
Thank you. You have not put yourself in too much danger on my account, I hope.
There has been nothing I could not handle.
Very good. Well, it's good to see you. I must admit, for a moment I sort of lost some hope here. It's been a while since you last came, but thank you.
Quite understandable, but please do not give in to despair.
And who is your friend here?
This.
Miss Esther Mills.
Pleased to meet you. My name is Mrs. No, Miss. She's a
Maestra.
Maestra.
Oh, I guess, yeah. Maestra Elisabetta Marsilio.
It's very nice to meet you.
I can tell from your eyes that you're a bright student.
Well. Thank you.
We have brought some provisions as well, which could be handed out amongst the children and their mothers.
Oh, that's wonderful. Shall we do that now?
Yes, there's some food and also some clothes. I imagine some of them are in all but rags.
Yes, I'm afraid so. Though, yes, I met a tremendous woman here. She's not here. She's on the outside, but she's the one that started this schooling and has been arranging the mothers to learn various skills, knitting as such, and I have to admit I kind of got caught up in the whole thing, and well, here I am.
Mrs. Fry.
Yes. Oh, you know her.
Well, I haven't met her personally, but I'm familiar with her work, and I believe that shall be a project of mine. Mm-hmm. Once all of this is concluded, I shall get in contact with her.
Yes, yes, you would get along with her splendidly.
Yes, I believe so from what I've heard.
Well, come, let's feed the children.
So after about 20 minutes, half an hour, the three of us will go in.
Yes, let's rather, shall we? Very well.
I will be letting the two men lead, of course.
Yes, let's go. Wait, what was our part of the plan? Oh, we want a meeting, yes.
Yes, a meeting with the keeper.
Yes. Good morning, guards. I'm here for a meeting with the keeper. I arranged something with Elizabeth Fry. Right, yeah, sure, in you go. So you all walk in, so greasy man there. Yeah. He looks at you. Because, yeah.
And I will look at him.
We'll state your business.
We have a meeting with the keeper.
Name?
Thomas Brigham.
No, you don't.
Well, I don't. He does. And I point at Albert.
Name? Yes, I actually don't have a meeting with the keeper, but I think you'll find that I do. Name? Yes, it's
Richard Fredrickson.
Richard Fredrickson. Yeah, sure. You've got a meeting with him. I guess in like 20 minutes. Yes, that sounds splendid. I'll wait for him in the wine room. Well, I'll wait the 20 minutes. Yeah, cool. People said cool back then. Right, you know where that is? Yes, I do. Thank you very much. Oh, I mean, that was the fee for you, but if you're taking these two, then obviously there'll be extra. Right, yes. And what is the going rate? Well, for your gentleman friend, for your gentleman friend, that'll be like another guinea. And for the trollop, probably, we'll make that 3. 4 guineas. Right, yes, of course. Ding, 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 ding. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, going in. Pleasure doing business with you. And then the other guy just sort of opens the gate and you can all walk in. Yes, okay. There's upstairs, there is a place for eating and drinking for those who are more able to afford a lifestyle up here. If you'll follow me. Of course. I lead you upstairs. It's a basic room, but as you get in there, there's a couple of windows letting light in, and there are a few gentlemen sitting around drinking wine. A couple of them are playing chess together. Another one is sitting by the window with the good light reading. They look up, don't recognise any of you, and kind of go back to what they're doing. Make a perception check.
Oh, 8.
No.
We don't know shit.
No, there's a lot of people in London, and you know very few of them.
Do we get the sense of do they look like what do I, like with Rosalind's information, like what do I think is going on in this room? Like, would I think they were prisoners?
I mean, they are prisoners.
Yeah.
But they certainly look very free.
Okay.
But also, I feel like that would be the sort of prison standard that you would understand as a noble. You know, when you're arrested, you literally just spend it at home. So you've, these guys look like very downtrodden, and you're like, my goodness.
Cool.
I mean, they're nothing close to what we've seen in Ratcliffe, though.
No, but like as far as prisons.
But on the walk, of course, you did hear all the sounds I'd previously described,
Right.
but didn't get to see too much of it, as you took quite a direct, safe route.
And this is called the wine room.
Sure, yeah. Tap room, sorry. Yeah, I got confused.
Okay.
It's a tap room. And they are able to buy and drink whatever they want there.
On tap.
Yeah. And as you sort of take a seat down, a waiter with a box of hot food sort of follows you in a few minutes behind, starts serving out food to these guys. I'm terribly sorry for the delay. It took us a little bit longer to get the oven going, but here's your sirloin steak, sir, and they just sort of mumble their thanks and whatever, and ching their glasses. Right. Well, I suppose we'll just wait for now until the keeper comes. And you wait. And you wait. And you wait.
More than 20 minutes?
Oh, much more than 20 minutes. We're talking 2 hours go by.
If you had told us that we were going to be waiting 3 hours, I wouldn't have sent the others in so early.
It's usually a bit of a power play for these sort of things. And about the sort of time that the sun sets.
Perfect.
No shit.
I don't know what we're talking about. And a number of men have been in and out. I mean, mostly in. Like, if anything, the room's got fuller as you've been waiting there. But no one's particularly made conversation.
And I'm the only woman.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you definitely get a few looks. But it's all men, yes.
Of course.
And eventually, the door opens. People look over and they do shift a little. There's a sort of change in the tone of the room. And not a large man, a very average looking sort of sized man comes in. He's got long sideburns. He's dressed pretty well. He's got some solid gold buttons on his waistcoat. He's wearing a big, heavy sort of jacket. He's just obviously come in from outside. He sort of slowly glances around the room at everybody, which is now lit by candles, etc., and lanterns, oil lamps. And then his eyes sort of land on the three of you. You must be my meeting. Very well, come with me.
Of course. Thank you, sir.
Try desperately to remove the glare off of my face.
Sure, well, what'll probably help you with that is the icy cold feeling that runs down the back of your neck.
God.
And you've felt it before as you get up and follow this man.
Is that just Talia happening?
Just Talia.
I mean, that's not going to help get rid of a glare, is it?
I don't think you know what get rid of means.
I guess I don't.
Something else to think about?
Yeah, it's just a distraction. Okay, he leads you to an office. I guess not too far from there, actually. It's nice for the sort of upper class people to have access to the keeper as they need. Please come into my office. He opens the door. He takes a seat. Please sit down.
I will do so.
What can I do for you? Yes, I come at, not behest per se, but in regards to, Mrs. Elizabeth Fry. Right. Yes, formidable woman. I'm very impressed by the sort of work that she's been helping you with. Yes, she's been quite, resourceful. Yes, and I was hoping that I also could endeavour to provide much needed relief to prisoners, sizable donations and whatnot, and to help, perhaps even fund a conversion of some sort of cell to a schoolroom, perhaps of some sort, or provide extra foods or blankets for these women and their children. I feel dreadfully moved by their plights, and of course, you know, it would be good for the Empire if we had strong women and children on the boats, that they do survive the journey. It's good for everybody, right? Yeah, I guess so. And, oh, yes, I was going to visit a friend, too, in one of the cells. Dreadful misunderstanding, of course. Or guilty, whichever is, you know, your preference. Of course, I'm not here to make assertions. You're the law. I mean, everybody here's guilty. That's why they're in prison. Exactly right, yes, exactly right. That's why everyone's in prison. So my my colleagues here. Yes, please let me introduce. Well, I haven't even introduced myself, have I? Well, I'm whoever I said I was.
Richard Frederickson.
I'm Richard Frederickson, and this is my colleague. Please introduce yourself.
Thomas Brigham.
Yes, Thomas Brigham. Right. Yes, very good to meet you. And that icy feeling on the back of your head is just...
Is it because of him, or is it just sort of like that?
I mean, it only appeared when he was there.
Yeah.
When you reached out to shake his hand, there was something there.
Okay.
Can I roll perception or insight on him just to see if there's anything about him that I recognise or like anything
Sure.
that like reminds me of anything?
Sure.
That's a 16.
Cool. This is an unpleasant man. His demeanour, he's clearly a man that commands respect, but probably through force and fear. He is somewhat noble-born. He's clearly a man of money, whether he had that money beforehand or he's made it running this prison. Yeah, not quite so sure. He certainly carries himself with an air of confidence, but also a sort of not nonchalantness, more negative than that. This is a man with very few cares for...
Careless.
Uncaring.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, he comes across as quite uncaring. And who's your lady friend? Oh, this is also my cousin.
Miss Anna Mills.
Yes.
Pleasure, sir.
It's Anna Mills. Her father is a banker, lots of money.
Yes, forgive me for speaking out of turn, but I just do wish to say how impressive it is. I have never seen such conditions as the room we were just in for prisoners, and I do think it's admirable that you are even hearing our suit at all today, and the way that you have been engaging with Mrs. Fry's work is we all need more of goodwill in the world, and it seems you're certainly spreading that.
Yes. Yes, I do what I can for these poor souls.
And it is most commendable.
Thank you. And so you wish to make sizable donations? Yes. And we thought perhaps we could, hash out a little, see what it is that your requirements are that we could help out with and whatnot. And perhaps, everybody comes out of this with what they are hoping for in some respect. Especially Elisabetta Marsilio, perhaps? Right. The Italian one.
Yes, she's quite a wonder, and I believe she has already been doing her part for the children here, but as I'm sure you understand, if she were to be able to join the cause from the outside in a much stronger position, it would really benefit your business and all of the poor souls who find themselves here.
I misheard you. You said from the outside.
Well, if it is that she is found innocent, she has yet to go to trial, if I understand correctly.
Well, she's yet to go to trial, but she has willingly volunteered to be transported on the next ship. It is a common objective of the courts to speed these processes up, to save the taxpayer, to save undue stress for anyone, so we're all very grateful for her.
Doesn't sound like the Elisabetta I knew.
Yes, I had no idea. My papa will be very disturbed to learn that.
Well, I guess she's just very voluntary. Make a persuasion check with advantage. I mean, you get advantage anyway, I guess, because you pretend to be another person.
That's
But,
true, I do.
but this is a great. Oh, everybody make persuasion checks, including
That's
Albert.
a 26.
14.
Forget I've got max riz.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I got above a 10.
What's your riz? Is good.
I got 14. That's not bad for me.
Slay for Thomas Brigham.
It's because you're a man. People will listen to you.
Expensive business, finding volunteers to unvolunteer.
Of course, and we understand that.
Could you put a price on it?
And if I'm not in a mind to?
Was a simple question.
She's a very good prisoner. Does as she's told. Keeps the others in line. Not sure I'm of a mind to let her go quite so easily.
Well, I'm sure we could find a way of compensating you for the loss. As Mr. Fredrickson said, our families are, well, they're very devoted to the cause, and they would be quite keen to help in any way that you see fit.
Very well. $500 guineas.
I will look at Albert as if I don't understand money because I'm a girl.
That is an incredibly high price, sir. Well,
Is a guinea the same as a pound?
it's a bit more.
It's about like 150.
Okay.
A bit less, £1.10.
Someone's done
No,
that.
120. And anyway, yeah. Take it or leave it.
I'm going to look at Albert. I don't know how much money he brought with him.
Of course, you have to understand, I simply didn't walk in here with 500 guineas into a prison. No, I don't suppose you did you?
But we can retrieve it.
Well, let's hash out the details here. I presume some of this money includes the work for the classroom, right? Sure. Yeah. We'll get some desks in, more pens, more ink, more paper. Paper's terribly expensive these days, that's why it sucks. So high priced.
Good clothing, decent food.
Food
And clothing.
and clothing. I'm sure we could get some extra bread, maybe some cheese, a little bit of fruit now and then. Of course, she is on the boat in the morning, so I suppose you better find that money quickly. Yes, well, I suppose we could meet you somewhere this evening. I suppose it is almost evening anyway, but we could meet you somewhere after her release. Well, not after. But I suppose I could bring her with me. And we can discuss the classroom together. That sounds wonderful. Perhaps we'll meet at the Oxford Arms. It's the most well-to-do tavern in this area. Very well. Very well. Was that all?
What time shall we meet?
Well, let's say 11.
What time is it now?
6.
Oof.
Maybe getting on towards 7. Well, you've kept me waiting long enough, so see yourselves out. Yes, thank you. We will see you at 11 then, in the upper rooms of the tavern. Yes.
Well, thank you ever so much for your kindness.
Of course. The sun is going down. I'll have some guards escort you out.
Perhaps we could go and say hello to our friend first.
Very well. I'll accompany you and lead you the way. He gets up out of his little chair. And you guys, he sort of motions you towards the door. He leads you down. And yeah, it is getting dark, and sort of there are sort of guards lighting lanterns and stuff along the way to sort of light the whole place up. A lot of people are sort of starting to make their way to their own cells and things. But if anything, it's louder now than it was, as people are just sort of crying out and shouting. As this keeper walks past various sort of people in cells, there's a lot of sort of there's some begging, there's some pleading, there's just sort of some incoherent ranting. Very little in the way of anything nasty being shouted at him. And he leads you across to where these children were having their lessons earlier, but that is not the case now. So back to you guys. So during these hours, you got to spend a lot of time speaking with Elisabetta. So you learn the various stories about these women. One woman simply just fell behind on her rent and couldn't pay, and then was put into prison, and then was being charged rent for the prison, and that just kept getting higher and higher, and she's never been able to catch up on it. They're being shipped off tomorrow too. Eventually, as the sun starts to set, these various women and children go off to their own sort of cells and stuff. And the three of you are kind of just left talking away for a few hours. Mm-hmm. At some point, Elisabetta does sort of arouse suspicion, the way you've been bending your words around her freedom and stuff like that, that it doesn't quite feel like what you've secured. And anyway, at one point, the keeper walks in with these other 3 people in tow. Maestro. Oh, yes, Mr. Newman. Classes went well today? Very good, very good.
Excellent to see you again.
Yes, a pleasure.
Yes, I do hope you are well.
As well as can be expected. Yes, I'm being treated very well here.
Well, don't get too comfortable, I guess.
We have arranged a meeting with the keeper for tonight that I believe you'll be required for to discuss future plans.
I see.
What we spoke of in terms of the schoolroom.
Okay, yes. So you, yes, okay. Very well, and that's this evening?
Yes.
I see. Yes. Well, as heartwarming as this is, it is the end of the day. So it would be best if we all got about our own various businesses now. Yes, right you are. We do have some arrangements to be made, so the quicker we can get on it, and we'd hate for the bank to close early. Very well, pleasure, everybody. We must be off then.
Yes.
Ladies, gentlemen, please, with me. Mr. Keeper.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, thank you. Guards, lead them safely to the main exit. Yes, boss. This way, ladies, gentlemen. And he takes off a lantern off the wall and sort of leads you through the stench and the noise and the screams of the prison.
Before, as we're leaving, I would clasp the maestra's hand and be like, Buonanotte, maestra. I'll see you again later.
Bonan. Oh yes, I speak fluent Italian.
Your first language.
So I've been in here so long. I'll see you tonight. What have you done?
Nothing wrong, but only writing a determination of others to do wrong by you.
Stay safe.
You as well.
Yeah, and before you know it, you're outside again. It's dark-ish. It's twilight.
Where are we heading to?
Well, need to pick up some funds, I suppose.
Yes.
It's an extortionate amount.
How much is it?
He wanted 500 guineas.
100.
Well, if we're meeting him to do the handover, we simply don't have to give it to him.
You know when we tried to steal money from Jonathan? How much was that?
Jonathan had...
50?
Oh.
No, you took 50, I think. He had about 100. It was his...
Oh,
You only
okay.
took half of it.
And would he have brought that with him to the lair?
The lair.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we've got, all I know is what we've contributed is Rosalind's dad's £400. And then whatever funds they have.
Which we haven't actually offered yet.
Yeah, that's true. But Harold's like the richest man in England. This is his son. So our options are we pay it and cope with that, or we attempt to retrieve her with it unpaid, or
he shows up with her. I mean, he happens to become unconscious, and we leave.
we are to meet in a public place.
We are to meet in the upper rooms of a public place.
Where are we to meet?
At Oxford Arms?
Oxford Arms. Where we can quickly put the lady on a carriage and out of harm's way. I got the sense he certainly enjoys some proclivities.
Such as what?
Oh, nothing you need to worry. Nothing, nothing,
Nothing you are willing to indulge.
yes. I mean, you saw the way the people reacted to him.
Yes.
He seemed cruel and cold.
Perhaps the way to deal with him is to be crueler back.
Perhaps, but we don't want to pull at threads that we don't want to keep pulling at. For now, I suggest...
Who's next in his place? Do they know who would take over from him?
I believe it's done by voting. Nominations, so it could be anyone.
You know anything?
I do not have insider knowledge on the running of this prison, but I imagine that anyone who would be voted in would be much the same.
Let's get the money together. We have a plan. Yes, it's
Your plan is to pay it.
Yes, at least it will go towards some of that money will go towards what was discussed.
Will it?
Well, I do have a slight thought of that. I do have a number of contacts in the papers, and wouldn't it be terribly shame if the morning paper talked of a sizable donation to build a classroom in Newgate prison?
Yes, and that at least would draw more attention to this plight, would add on to Mrs. Fry's work.
Yes. And would tie his hands.
Our options are, if we wish to aid those in the prisons, are either to tear the walls down of every prison across the country, because if this was destroyed, people would still be arrested and they would just be sent to other overcrowded prisons, including the awful vessels they have out on the Thames where they just lock prisoners up in disused ships.
Yes, I'm afraid what you saw today is the norm in most prisons across the country, across Europe.
This is why Mrs. Fry's work is so important. And her work is not just in providing aid, but it is in pushing for better laws, for even if we change the people running it, the guards of these places would still rely on bribes to get by. And they would still be built in such horrific structures as to inherently degrade people just by their presence.
It's awful.
I agree, but as powerful as we may be, we are simply 5 people. This is a prison complex run by thousands. It is not within our
Where's
abilities.
Jonathan?
No.
Keep a lookout.
Keep a lookout.
Outside.
So you've walked out onto the street, walked far enough away from the guards, and are just sort of discussing. It's well, so this is the tavern, obviously. If you wait here, I will procure the rest of the funds.
Are you sure you're all right to use your own money?
Well, it's not my money per se. Well, it's business
Pentacle's
expense.
money.
Well, it's a mix.
Right.
I presume you don't have much in the way to offer, so I didn't really think to
Well,
ask.
no, but,
Not
but
really.
others might.
Make deception checks, you lying sons of bitches.
It's not what I'm talking about. I was about to offer something very different. You want me to still roll deception?
Practically related. No.
What?
What?
Don't.
I wasn't saying that. Jesus. Only that I have been wearing the hat and... Oh, never mind.
Right. No.
I think that's an excellent idea, actually.
You've got to roll. One of you has to roll deception because they said about money, and you said we don't have any money.
I know, but I wasn't actually saying that. That was just me making a comment. That's my one not canon of the game.
Right.
Fuck you.
I think that's an excellent idea.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. The hat.
Yes,
What is it that you need to be able to get money out at a bank? Is it just your face?
Face, signature, banking account number.
Oh,
It's really a simple.
never mind then.
Please tell me you weren't thinking of robbing a bank.
No, I was thinking of robbing a very awful man. Who has, well, he's filthy rich. He wouldn't miss it.
This is a discussion for another time. I'm certainly open to it, and I have information that may be valuable, but not right now.
Right.
We are not going to cut off more than we can chew and run off on another tangent,
Yes.
pulling at threads that we can't finish pulling.
That does seem like a way to earn back your 500 guinea.
Yes.
So we're simply borrowing father's money.
Well, it's not father. It's a mix. Father's money and I'll take some. We have various businesses aligned with the Brotherhood that we use to fund ourselves with. So please think nothing of 500 guineas is really not much at all. In the grand scheme of things, it's more the principle than anything else to ask such a high price.
Well, that's all right. We'll see what happens when he shows up, and if we decide to give him the money, then we decide to give him the money. If we decide to not let him leave the room, then we decide to not let him leave the room.
Very well. I will be back next week.
Okay.
I was so confused. I was like,
Yeah, for a second I was like,
Samsara.